to have you with us from Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Another season of EA Sports College Football kicking off here in week... Kickoff unit is ready, and so is this home crowd. They've been waiting on the season, and here we go. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Wildcats offense will get first crack at it here. And we get a look at this four-star freshman running back who's living up to the hype. They're really excited about this guy. All the recruiting services loved him, and he's going to get his chance early.
And this guy's obviously a highly recruited kid, man. You don't get 4 stars for no reason. They think a lot of him. Now he gets his moment to start, to be the main guy, to get the football, to be the guy that everybody looks to when I need a tough yard. And there's a different thing, Jesse, as a freshman, to be dependent on, to have that weight on your shoulders. Coaches are talking about his ability. Coaches are talking about how he's picked up the playbook. And now we get to see it in action.
Well, the coaches were telling him all week, listen, in your first start, you don't have to try to do too much. It's not high school. You can't bounce everything outside and outrun everybody. Get to the track and take it to the house. Just get what you can get. We've got a good offensive line. When you see a crease, take it. If it's 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, that's fine with us. That's the mindset this kid has to have.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Play action on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack.
Here we go. Ready.
Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Got some green grass. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off.
How about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
On the option. The option, he'll keep it. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Might as well run him again. Swamped immediately.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Condors decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be 8. But then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen.
If you're a quarterback, right, on this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Finds his man. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Fresh set of downs going up top. And he just... All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left. Have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like...
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Wildcats are marching down the field. Wants to throw one first. Fires quickly. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Hey, sometimes your quarterback's getting flustered and running all over the place, and that's the reason your offense isn't successful. Not that time. They had plenty of time to throw. Now let's see if we can get some execution out of him moving forward.
They'll move the tight end. Hand it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. A first down run in the red zone. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. Here comes the field goal unit. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Long way to go on second down. Keeps it himself. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And it'll be the Condors will line up to punt it away.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Wants to go up top on second down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
The give. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the back. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of and get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. It's third down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Throws to the tight end. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down to the air. Wide out trying to get it in. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Wildcats. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. From deep, it's King. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Looks as if he's going to run it. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense lining up for a first down play. Gives it. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking for the edge. Got an alley. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Moves the pocket. It's right. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well.
He'll take a deep shot here. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Kentucky spends its second timeout here. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Fake to the back, wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Gonna let it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to take it back. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw, it's right. Oh, pressure's coming. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Tells to run, wants to pass. Under pressure. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football in the deep.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. On the return, it's King. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Corralled by the kicking team.
You just can't have that happen if you're on the return team. You know if you lose the football now, you're giving the other offense the ball back deep in your own end. It simply can't happen.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connolly. Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. Deep in the end zone, it's King. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. They'll ride the hot hand.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to the running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.